Hi, my name is Damian LaCroix, Superintendent for the Howard-Suamico School District. Thanks for watching these videos. The purpose of these videos is to make sure that you feel confident and informed about our return to school plans for the 2020-21 school year. At this time, I'm joined by Ann Spaeth. Ann is one of our district nurses, and Ann's been really all hands on deck really since last March, and been so impressed with you and our department and your teammate Janelle, just for the way you guys have partnered with us and really providing great service to our staff and our students. And you were part of the task force, and you've been working at the county level with the Brown County Health Department and at the state level with the Department of Health there. So you've been a great resource to our process, and thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you. It has been a collective teamwork and wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been great to get to know you and to see you in action the way you've been operating. So, Ann, one of the questions, and maybe the more prominent question that has been posed to us through the process, has to do with when there are cases of positive COVID-19 cases, either in the classroom or the school in the district. Parents and staff want to know, how will this be handled and communicated? Can you share your perspective on that?
It is a long process, and it is ever changing, just like everything with COVID. But currently, when there's a positive test, the medical provider will let the family know that their test is positive, and it is a reportable disease. So it is reported to the Brown County Public Health Department. And from there, they kind of take over. They work with the family, the individual, and then any entity that would possibly be part of exposure to that individual. So they will call the family and then begin that whole contact tracing process. School nurses will be a big part of that as we get back into the school year, and we will help and assist in trying to determine who would need to know this information, where the student or the individual had been, and the safety of everybody in our buildings. It is a process, but we need to keep the confidentiality of that individual that has the positive exposure in mind. From there, Brown County will be in charge of all the communication and all the decisions on if a classroom needs to be shut down, if a school needs to be shut down, if students need to be isolated or staff, and they would make those decisions, and the school nurses would work very closely with them to determine the need to know people.
Yeah, so what I hear you saying is we'll deliberately and intentionally weigh and balance, the right of others to know with, the priority of individual confidentiality and privacy, and we'll take that very seriously in the process.
Yeah, absolutely. And they will direct us to the individuals, and they have a whole decision tree on exposure and how long, and those information changes as we learn more about the virus, but it will be a need to know basis. So sometimes the whole school might not know. It would just be the individuals that would be affected that would need to have that information.
So talk about your working relationship with Brown County Health and the larger medical health community, and how beneficial has that been to inform your judgment about local decisions we're making here within the Howard-Suamico School District?
It has been wonderful to work with Brown County Public Health, the local medical community, just to get all on the same page. Brown County Public Health is also working on a decision tree that's going to help schools, daycares, and workplace. So in the event that somebody did not feel well at school or before they came to school, we will have the steps kind of laid out for us so that we're all doing the same things with the symptoms, when they should stay home, when they should call their medical provider, if a test maybe is warranted. And that should be out later this summer, so it will be a beneficial tool for everybody in the community.
I know you've been involved in the decision around face coverings here in the district, and really helped advise our judgment and decision in that area. Can you comment on face coverings and really the process that we went through to arrive at a decision around the requirement?
Yep. Throughout this whole process since March, we've done a lot of research with the CDC, the Department of Health Services, DPI, and Brown County Public Health with our medical community. And the three things that tended to come up for mitigating the spread is facial coverings, hand washing, and social distancing. So our medical community really suggested for us to safely get back into the schools that face coverings were going to be one of our best tools to help the spread.
Yeah, so as we close here, what's important for our viewers to know from your standpoint as a trained medical health professional who's been really involved in this plan? Share your perspective generally or specifically in terms of what do you want to emphasize?
The school nurses are here to answer any questions. I understand that there's a lot of people that maybe don't dig into this work like we have since March, and I'm happy to discuss that with anybody. And I think the more that we all work together and try to remain positive, but as we know, the situation is very fluid, and we will do our best to keep up to date on all of the changes and communicate with families and staff and our students, and just keep reinforcing the importance of these safety things.
Yeah, I want those watching to really know you mean what you say, and that's part of what has really impressed me on your part and Janelle Martell, our other school nurses' part. You've been very responsive to parent, family, staff concerns, so we're earnest and sincere when we say please call, and we'll be responsive to that.
Absolutely, and I might not always have the answers, but we'll find them and we can walk through every scenario because everything's a little bit different for each individual case.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.